What is a starseed? What is a starseed and which starseed are you? Okay, so there are 7 densities. That's the word on the street, which makes sense because you have 7 chakras, and each density is sort of associated with a particular chakra. So currently, Earth is just coming out of the 3rd density. Now, if you know anything about the solar plexus chakra is the 3rd chakra. It's the chakra associated with power, ego, and the individual's sense of identity, separate identity, and their sense of their place in the world, what the story they tell themselves about their place in the world. So, as you could see, the planet in its current vibration, just moving out of it, but if you just observe what's been going on for, say, the last 2,000 years, it's basically a power hungry place, and a materialistic place, and people are very much stuck in their heads creating stories about who they think they are. So this is the ego plane of consciousness. This is the power plane of consciousness. Again, it's very easy to see because in the last 2,000 years, the planet has been absolutely ruled by war and power hungry individuals and power hungry tribes and societies living and fighting amongst one another. So starseed is a soul that comes from a higher vibrational density. It could be anywhere 4th, 5th, 6th, and even 7th, and comes down to Earth, the 3rd density plane of consciousness, for 2 major reasons. Reason number 1 is to evolve. So there are certain things, certain perks, if you will, that come from playing in this 3rd density, which can accelerate your growth as a soul back to source pretty quickly. So that's reason number 1. Simultaneously, reason number 2, by virtue of you coming here and working on yourself, because it's all one thing, so by default, you work on others, and just by you being here, working on yourself, you increase the vibration of the planet, because the planet, the Earth realm, is very much, Mother Gaia has very much decided to ascend, to go beyond the 3rd density, to go up in the chakras, to go up to the heart chakra, the 4th density, and beyond. So now you have to understand what the main plot of the game is, of the consciousness game, of the simulation, if you will, of the dream world, of the dream state, because we're just speaking in the dream world here. All of these is just like, it's all in the mind of God. It's a game taking place where God is experiencing itself in all these subjective manifestations and all these different densities. It's all like the dream state, essentially. You know, like I'll quote Bill Hicks, a young man on acid realized that all matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration, that we are all one consciousness experiencing itself subjectively. There's no such thing as death. Life is only a dream, and we are the imaginations of ourselves. So the whole game, 1st density, 2nd density, 3rd density, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, it's all the dream world. It's all in the mind of God. It's all God imagining that it is fragmented in all these different pieces. And so the name of the game is, I, God consciousness, separate myself into all these separate fragmented pieces. I start from the very beginning, which is, let's call it the 1st density, the root chakra. I'm gonna start being totally convinced that I'm separate. And that's where you get survival at the 1st chakra, at the 1st density, survival, because God is so lost in the illusion of separation that it's looking to survive at the expense of all its other pieces, because it has zero idea that it is the other pieces. So it starts off very much at that absolute separation consciousness. And over eons, because time and space is how the game is played in the mind of God, over eons, it ascends more and more, higher and higher, into higher densities, higher chakras, higher vibrations, until it goes back into itself, into the pure light, the pure void, the source. Okay? So, a star seed is let's call it a soul, a part of God, a branch on the tree. If the whole if consciousness is a tree, a soul is a branch on the tree. So the branch is still the tree. So a star seed is a branch on that tree, a soul, a part of God, a fragmented part of God, that over eons in this time space game have gone through first density, unlocked that level of the game, second density, unlocked that level of the game, third density, unlocked that level of the game, fourth, and then it's gone into fourth, the higher chakras, which are, more in tune with the oneness vibration. So has gone up to fourth density, fifth density, that's, truth and wisdom. Sixth density, the third eye, the eye of knowing, the eye of seeing, the non-dualistic eye, and then perhaps even up to the seventh density, which is, again, that's total merging with source. So a starseed, they say a lot of the starseed souls that are in this 3D third density vibration, they come from these star systems, from these places, other worlds, alien worlds, if you will. They come from these places which have now long transcended third density, long transcended the obsession with power, and now operating in the heart, operating in the throat chakra, in the wisdom, in the third eye, in the oneness vibration. So it's much more harmonious in these worlds. However, because everything is one and everything affects everything, like if we cut down all the trees in the world, pretty soon we're going to have no oxygen to breathe, because it's all one thing. Now, but that is affecting all the other star systems, because it's all one thing. It's all one perfect harmonious thing. Every part of the whole matters. Every part of the whole contributes. Every part of the whole is significant. So therefore, if this planet continues to descend in the way it has been in the last few thousand years, then that's going to affect the other worlds as well. And so these other worlds, which possess more compassion, more unconditional love, more wisdom, are totally aware that if we let that part of the cosmos, planet Earth, if we let it continue to descend, to devolve, that's also going to affect us. That's going to affect the entire cosmos, because everything is connected, everything is one thing. So that's one reason why souls who come from these higher vibrational places, from these higher density places, volunteer out of compassion and out of wisdom. The wisdom is the wisdom of knowing that it's all one thing. If we let the planet keep descending and let people keep destroying the planet, and continue to fight amongst one another, if we let that continue to happen, with wisdom we see that's going to affect us and going to affect everybody in the cosmos. And with compassion, because we understand that that is us, just in a different form, we're going to go down, and we're going to perhaps help the planet ascend. But also, that's when you can get caught in the trap of arrogance. Work on ourselves, because we are not yet totally self-realized perfected beings. If you come from the fifth density, you still got more densities to go up. You still got more chakras to unlock, more levels of the game to unlock, to go back into total merging, total oneness with the divine. So you choose to come to third density because the learning, it's a tough, rough place, a lot of room to learn, a lot of lessons to pick up, so that you could also work on your own evolution. So don't feel so arrogant and superior and have this like, well, I'm a higher density soul, so I'm gonna come help these lower density souls, right? Because you got to remember, a lot of the people that you're here to alleviate the suffering of, they're just you. They just played the game a lot less for a lot less, and right now they're at the place in the game where they're at the third density. Because some of the souls here, a lot of the souls, I think most of the souls here, the human souls in this on this earth, haven't yet unlocked the third density level. Meaning they started, their souls just like you started from first density, from the root chakra, and they've been working their way up, and now they happen to be in the part of the game where they're in the third density. So they don't know too much yet about the higher densities, the higher frequencies, the higher chakras. Whereas you, as a star seed coming from those places, because you've been playing the game a lot longer, you know about these places, so you're gonna come here and plant this seed and embody that vibration so that these people can remember, because these people, everybody comes from source, everybody comes from seventh density, everybody comes from total union, so everybody knows about it. It's just because they're in this amnesia, they're sort of playing this game. I mean, you at some point were only at third density. If you're a star seed and you feel like you're coming from this place, all it is you have more XP points. You've just played the game longer. That's all it is. It's kind of like, if you pick up a video game, you go play with you go to your friend's house and you play. Your friend's been playing the game for a year. You're just a noob, first timer. Obviously, your friend's gonna have more XP. So you and your friend would be wise. You would be wise to ask your friend for a little bit of help. How do I do this? How do I, what buttons do I press? And which map should I start off with, etc. And your friend, hopefully, he's not an asshole. She's not an asshole, but they're, more compassionate. They'd be like, okay, let me help you out here, instead of making fun of you for not knowing how to play the game. It kind of makes sense. It's the same way. It's just a matter of you've been playing the game longer. That's it. So, plain and simple. And so the beings here that are in third density, that are still caught in this web of power and fighting over power and status, because everything is reaching for those higher vibrations, if more individuals come here and embody those higher states, those higher vibrations, higher densities, those people are going to be more likely to remember those densities and begin to embody them, you see. So a star seed is here for two reasons, and because it's all one thing, they're very much connected. Reason number one, to work on themselves, to continue to ascend. If you're a star seed coming from fifth density worlds, star systems, God, oh man, there's a butterfly right on my feet. See that? She's hovering. Okay, that's like the ETs at work now, pretty much. Like anytime you see butterflies, pretty much ETs at work, right? There she is. So, okay, so what I was saying, yeah. God, butterflies are just so hypnotizing. So, yeah, we were talking about the densities and everything, right? So, yeah. What I was saying is the starseed, also known as a wanderer in the Book of One, is here for two things, really. To work on themselves, because if you're coming from fifth density, you still want to, unlock that level and go up sixth density. So if you're sixth density, you're still trying to unlock and go to seventh density. So you come here to work on yourself, because the place is so rough, and the density it's dense. It's a dense place, and things take a lot longer to happen. And the interesting thing about third density, it's the only density, as far as I know, where you come in here with amnesia. It's really quite extraordinary and a special feature of this level of the game, the third density. So you come here in total amnesia and total forgetfulness, making the game more difficult, allowing for actually more room for evolution, and making the game more interesting, because it's like you have to remember who you are. So you come here, you work on yourself. Perhaps you're born in a rough place, a rough country, a rough environment, a rough family. and that may give you certain lessons to learn as well, so that help you when you go back to fifth density, lessons that help you continue to move forward into the higher densities. And then simultaneously, the other lesson is to ass- assist Gaia, assist the planet in ascending into fourth density and beyond, and fifth density and beyond. So your mission, oftentimes star seeds are freaks when it comes to their mission on Earth. And if you are someone who happens to feel like you have a great sense of mission here, then you are, I would say, a star seed who have recognized who you are, because a lot of star seeds, they say 90% don't even remember that that's why they're here. So you have effectively recognized that you're here on a mission, actually. You're here on assignment. In other words, you're here on assignment. Now, few things I'd like to bring up. Now, which star seed are you? Which star system are you from? Are you Pleiadian? Are you Arcturian? Are you Syrian? Like, which one are you? You know, that doesn't matter. That absolutely is irrelevant. You know, don't spend all this time trying to figure that out. It doesn't matter. It's all one thing anyway. At those densities, they don't even care. If you think that, you know, back in Pleiadia, where your soul like resides for a great, I mean, the thing is, you're not even any of these things, because you're source. So you're the whole universe. You see? So but anyway, those densities, they don't even care that you're a Pleiadian or Arcturian, because they're all connected. You know, you're in a oneness vibration. It doesn't matter if you're a Pleiadian or if you're Arcturian. You think, you know, they don't even care that they're Pleiadians or Arcturians. They recognize that they're source energy, and they just happen to be playing the role. They happen to be in a certain star system, and they happen to be from a certain planet with its own culture and its own you know, individual flavor. But once you're in those densities, you're connected to all beings. You are the source. You're everything. You're everything. You're everyone. So it doesn't matter. You know, don't spend all your time trying to figure out which star system you come from. In fact, you come from source. You're really not from that. I mean, you come from source. Your source. Your source. And that's one of your lessons, actually, is to transcend all this separation, all this, you know, sense of individuality. Right? So that's part of your assignment. Work on yourself, is to recognize that it doesn't matter. So what matters more is to figure out your mission, why you're here, and just get on with it. Just work on it. And your mission has to do, without a shred of doubt, has to do with alleviating the suffering. Your mission could be working with the animals. It could be working with the poor. It could be working with the hungry. It could be working on sharing beautiful, uplifting, high vibrational music. It could be working on spreading awareness and wisdom, like yours truly here. It could be anything that is going to contribute to alleviating the suffering of the planet, thereby increasing the vibration, thereby assisting in the ascension to higher densities. So just focus on that, and don't worry too much about which star system you're from. That's just more ego talk. That's just more identities and more separation. Okay, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool to delve into these worlds. They're very interesting. They're very fascinating. Like, wow, especially when you grow up all your life in a very limited state of consciousness, in a very limited band of reality, thinking that all there is this physical world, and you know, especially, you know, like, yeah, it's only the measurable world. It's only that we only work with evidence-based and tangible things. And then, you know, you come to realize, wow, like, I looked at the stars yesterday and I'm like, wow, wow, wow. There were so many of them. I was like, wow, each one of these stars is a sun. Each one of these stars is its own star system. Each one of these, and I start to feel how much energy there is in the universe. I was in awe. Like, wow, this is fascinating, you know? It's fascinating to get into this world. It's fascinating to learn about them. It's fascinating to see how much diversity there is in creation, how much diversity comes out of source, out of this infinite consciousness comes out an infinite number of manifestations. Okay, and it really is fascinating once you begin to learn about, oh, Syrians, Pleiadians, oh, Arcturians. Wow, how cool. Those guys, I forget the name of those people that look like cats. It starts with an L. Larians or something, right? Very, very cool, very neat stuff. Very nice to dip your feet in the waters and get to learn a little bit about that world. But don't get too caught in it, because you're mostly here on a mission. You're mostly here on assignment. And the assignment, in simple terms, is to alleviate the suffering. Okay? It's to alleviate the suffering. Now, a lot of people in that, a lot of the Starseeds, the people that are here for the missions, they're here to alleviate the suffering. They're more, they're more into the love vibration, the love and light people, right? So, which all of you guys are watching this, otherwise you wouldn't have even made it here. You probably catch yourself saying, like I caught myself saying before, like, I don't belong here. This density is too heavy. I mean, people are just like monsters here. They're Frankensteins. They're selfish. Da 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 da. Right? All right. Enough with that talk. You're here on a mission. The mission involves alleviating suffering. All right? Open your eyes. Align yourself. Figure out your mission. And start working on it ASAP. Because I'll tell you something, the minute you start to work on it, you will become a ball of joy, a ball of happiness, a ball of compassion. You'll become powerful. You'll command a lot of force fields. You'll gain lots of help from up there, from your AT family. And everything will work out for you, everything. If money, relationships, all of it will work out. Everything will work out, but you've got to get on your mission. You really got to get on your mission here, folks. You really have to. You really have to. Start sharing with the world the gift that you came here to share the world with. And once you do that, like I said, I'm speaking for, as somebody who is aligned with his mission, through these YouTube videos. We're currently doing 2 videos a day. I'm pretty much scheduled ahead of time so much. My life is dedicated to YouTube now. It's dedicated to this work. I wake up, I make videos. I go hang out in nature just to recharge. I come back, I make more videos, do a little bit of recharging, maybe grab a small meal, It's part of the alignment is you eat less and you eat, certain foods to keep you energetic and high vibrational. And then I make more videos, and then I do my self-study. So I learn from other teachers who are here, other fellow, say, Starseeds and light workers. I learn from them so that I could wake up the next day and I could continue to share the knowledge and share the wisdom. And when I am fully aligned with my mission, which I currently am, I cannot tell you how much energy I have throughout the day. I barely eat, I barely drink. I don't feel like I need to, because I got in touch with this part of me here that is here to serve, that is here to alleviate suffering. I call it the flaming heart here, the flaming heart of compassion. And I feel it right here. And I meditate on it. And once you activate that part and you begin to serve here in the now, serve the world, however you're here to serve the world, then those feelings of I don't belong here, of this world is too dense and it's too negative and people are selfish and man, I just want to go be alone, etc. All these feelings will just dissipate. They'll be totally replaced with joy, with an abundance of energy. And then you're fully aligned, and then all kinds of unbelievable synchronicities begin to happen into your life. Okay? So that's the message from above, folks. Stop the wallowing and get on with your mission. That's straight. I'm shooting from the hip here. I'm shooting straight from up there. I'm channeling all of them, folks, here. Okay? All of them ETs. You don't have to know which ET you're in, because they don't even care, because they see themselves all as one. Okay, the Pleiadians and Arcturians, they all see themselves as one. They don't really care that they're from Pleiadia or this or that. Okay, and neither should you, to be honest. Plenty of time for you to figure that out once you leave this plane of existence. Plenty of time for you to go hang out back home with the ET fam. Okay, plenty, trust me, plenty of time to do that. You're here, you're in this physical vessel, you're here on Earth. Be human. Be as human as you can be. Because you know what? When you're done from the human experience, you're done from the human experience. And now you're into a different experience in the cosmos. So, but you have agreed to come here and experience and have a human incarnation and experience a human experience. So experience a human experience. Become a human. Become one of those people that are power obsessed and you know, not saying like with those characters, but become them. Become them so you have compassion for them, for their predicament. So that you could alleviate the suffering here. Okay? Yeah, just figure out your mission. That's all I'm gonna say. Figure out the mission, the life purpose, and just get on with it. It'll give you. That's what Krishna referred to in the Bhagavad Gita as karma yoga, the yoga of daily action, the yoga of service. So serve, and in that service, you'll serve yourself. You'll gain all the lessons you, individual on an individual level, came here to gain, to go further up in the vibrations, to go further up in the densities, to help your star system go beyond, because all everybody's looking to go into that highest level, into the crown chakra. Okay, so that's about it. As thank you to all the Patreons for your continued support. I love you guys. Thank you to all the people who donate on PayPal, one-time donations. If you would like to join in the family, help in any way, I would really appreciate it. To grow this channel, for me to be able to do this full time, for me to travel to these, because if I want to travel to UK and the States and all that, where a lot of you guys are, maybe do some retreats, meet you, it's expensive. I live in Southeast Asia right now. I'm kind of a minimalist, so for me to minimize the expenses and all. But in the future, if we're gonna do something like that, I would need the support of you guys. So anything, $2 a month, anything like that, I would appreciate it so much. God bless you guys. And Instagram, Saeed Mobayed. Until next time, may the force be with you.